Did you see the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday night? I was a little bit honored. Barack Obama mentioned my name. He cracked a joke about his birther status. And then he said, who couldn't see that joke coming? Gallup? Maybe Dick Morris didn't see it coming? Well, Mr. President, I didn't see that coming. But I sure did see coming the way you used sequester and the FAA to really jam the American people. It's incredible. I had an insight into that the other day when I had John Mica, the chairman of the Oversight Committee in the House that oversees the FAA. And I said, what was the sequester bit? That the FAA is so thinly stretched that a 10% furlough would create all kinds of havoc and flight delays and everything, necessitating an act of Congress to get out from under it. And he said, that is all such baloney. He said, the FAA is so overstaffed and we have so many more air traffic controllers than we need that there's been a 27% decrease in flights in the United States in the last 15 years and an increase in air traffic controller personnel. So they could easily have made do. And he mentioned that these guys are paid, and women, $200,000 a year. Now, I don't begrudge them that because they hold our safety in their hands. But come on, when you're at that kind of level, maybe you could stretch your schedule a little bit. And finally, apparently, Micah says, Bill Clinton and Al Gore created a completely redundant air traffic control system that is privately owned for each of the most crowded airports. And they use it to handle the overflow when the FAA government employees can't. So in those major airports, this alternate capacity is just sitting there unused and could easily have handled the filling in for the furloughs. But that wasn't Obama's strategy, and this is proof that we were right. Obama wanted to use the FAA delay to stick it to the American people, to show them that this sequester hurt, to convince them that you couldn't cut government spending. You know, it's the opposite of what a small-town mayor does. What they do is when they face a cut in state aid coming down the pike, they say, oh, this will eliminate our police force. And then when the cuts come down, they cut the sewer inspector or the traffic or some traffic people. But they don't cut their police force because they don't want to kill themselves. And yet what Obama did was when this cut came down, he made sure it hit us in the most vulnerable possible spots so that it would maximize the pain that it was inflicted. It's like the guy that wanted to lose weight and he decided to amputate his leg rather than diet. It's ridiculous. So we talk about this stuff a lot on these programs, but also during the week. I now have a radio show out of Philadelphia, WPHT 1210 AM, and it's on from 2 to 6, 5 days a week, and every weekday. And you can watch it if you don't live in the Philly, Jersey, Delaware area. You can listen to it on dickmorris.com. And call me. I'd love to hear from you. The number is 855-439-1210. That's 855-439-1210. Love to talk to you. When I get calls from around the country, people watching on the website, it's really cool. See you then.